I did a video last month talking about lateral movements in ballroom and strengthening the glutes to support the big movements that we're doing. And we talked somewhat about the support in the knees, but more specifically about the knee and keeping the leg stable. We need to look at that a little bit more carefully. Also, if you haven't looked at the forward and back walk, we talked a little bit there too about toning the back of the leg, toning the front of the leg in both directions, and that's important too. But if the muscles are not balanced around the leg, or there's weakness in some of the muscles, then we have to do something. You're almost unrecognizable, buddy. So we need to have the muscles balanced in the leg, both to protect the knee and to keep the leg from wobbling around for the quality of our dancing. So many times in the lowering phase, there's a lot of wiggling going on. Maybe the knee is going outside the little toe or coming in. Now we do need to use the pronation as we move in one direction to another direction, but we have to do it at the right time. So if you're in the lowering phase and there's a very unstable leg, it's not just training and maybe poor technique, but also perhaps the muscles aren't well balanced. Also, overbending can cause a problem in the knees, and that's a whole other topic. So to get more bang for your buck, what we're going to look at is squats, and I think squats really can be a problem if you don't have somebody to help watch you and make sure you're doing them right. So we can use the wall, or we can use the Swiss ball against the wall to help you to keep your back aligned. So that's the squat we're going to look at, and that's along the lines of not just strengthening the leg muscles, but getting all of them to kick in, plus the glutes and the core. We may want to think of our core not just as this area, but this entire area, including the legs and the big muscles of the legs. To get those to kick in into movement, and for the time that you spend, it gives you more benefit than perhaps just doing an isolated leg extension and working different muscles of the leg. Those are valuable too, but we want to get more for the time that we're going to spend. So that's what we'll look at today, is using squats with two legs and also one leg, which would be advanced, so we don't start that one right away. Now I prefer to use the Swiss ball, but some people have trouble managing a Swiss ball and you don't want to fall down, so try a towel first. I use the towel even when I'm using the ball, because if you use a ball on a door long enough, you can get streaks on the door. But the towel can help you to slide so that you're not getting stuck. And of course, you want the door in a solid position, so be careful which side you're using. Now, we talked before about the direction of the knees through the feet when we're dancing, and how we have to use our knees in a more flexible manner. But when we're doing training static, in a way that we're standing still, but we are moving, we're going to put our knees in the most stable position. So we're going to check here now that the knee and the tibia, this is lined up with the second toe. So we don't want to do these squats with the knees moving around. Now, wall sits are also good and given a lot of times for strengthening the quads, but it's the movement up and down that we want to get more bang for the buck, as we were saying before. So don't go beyond the 90 degrees. Don't get down into an angle where you can hurt your knees. And if you're having trouble at this level, then start a little bit higher. Just sliding up and down. Make sure you really press the heels against the floor. And either watch your knees in the alignment of your legs, that they're not moving, or have someone watch you, where you can use a mirror. If you're using the ball, I still use the towel, as I said, so that I don't mess up my door. So then you can press your back into the ball. Make sure that you have your feet far enough away from the wall that you're not doing something like this where your knees will get out over toes. So always, as we're doing this, if we look down, I can see the tip of my toe there. I'm not going to cover it and get too far out. So that's the double squat. You can advance from that to a single leg. I think with the drawer here I can only do the one. So these are more advanced, and obviously if the knee is unstable and the leg is wobbling, then it's not a good idea to do this yet, where you can hold on to something to help stabilize. But this way I'm getting all the muscles in the leg and in the glutes. The entire core is working. So for the time that you have to do some of these exercises, get more out of it.